Hello, hello. Hello, friends. How are you? Are you excited for making 2020 your epic year? So I'm just going to wait for a few people to come on. And as we're waiting, I have here Believe Essential Oil. I love this one. I love putting it right on my brainstem, especially when I need to believe for things to manifest in my life. I love this one. So welcome to day number 1 of making 2020 your epic year. Okay, so what we're going to do today, we're going to do a few different things. So first of all, I'm going to start with sharing with you what to expect in the next 5 days, what we're going to do. And we're going to start with a very brief meditation on just grounding ourselves, okay? So what I'm going to invite you to do today's call might be a little bit longer, but generally I'm going to try and keep this recording to under 15 to 20 minutes because I want you to use your time to do the homework that we're going to be talking about. Okay, so if you're joining live, share what you're excited about 2020. And if you're watching the recording, again, share with us what you're very much excited about. Hi, Karen. So excited to see you. So what we're going to start with is like a grounding meditation. So I'm going to invite you to just close your eyes or go inwards. And as you drop inwards, just start by taking some deep, long breaths in. Just allowing your breath to go in and out. And as you're breathing in, just become aware of your body sitting on a couch, sitting on the chair, wherever you are. And just having some gratitude for this body. This is the only body we have. This is the only body our soul resides in. And so just having some gratitude for our body. And acknowledging 2019. Everything that's happened in 2019. And I'm going to invite you to not put the label of good or bad and just acknowledge every single thing that has happened in 2019 as a way to help you grow. The labels good and bad are something that we put on. It's whatever happened has just happened, and whatever has happened is an opportunity for growth. And with that awareness, with that acknowledgement, take another deep breath in, and with the next exhale, just letting go of anything that is no longer serving you. And as you come back to present time, as you come back to being in your body, being here, start to think about what you want to acknowledge about 2019 and what you want to invite in 2020. And I'm going to invite you to just start thinking about it in small bite chunks, because sometimes we have these big goals. And so just to kind of put this in your consciousness. You don't have to do it right at this minute, but something to start to just begin to let it simmer in the background. What do I want to invite? What do I want to say? What have I learned from 2019? Yeah? Okay, so what we're going to do in this next 5 days, I'm so excited. Every day at 3 p.m., I'm going to come on live, and we're going to talk about one specific topic or another. And today we're going to be addressing mindset. We're going to be addressing intention setting, and also how to create a vision book, not a vision board, a vision book. I'm going to talk to you about a little bit about that. And in the challenge, what we're going to be covering is 3 main topics. Today is mindset. Tomorrow is going to be money, wealth. Everybody loves that topic, don't we? And then we're going to be talking about relationships. And then the last day is going to be on health. Not the last day. The fourth day is going to be on health. And then the fifth day, we're going to wrap everything up with a topic called well-being, because I feel like that's the foundation for everything. Okay. So that is what we're going to be doing in the next 5 days. And if you haven't yet downloaded the vision, how to create a vision book, I'm going to put the link in the comments after we're done. So make sure to download. It's a free PDF on how to create your vision book. I believe in a vision book versus a vision board, and I share much more in that. Okay, and so for these 5 days, all you need to do is be present, do some of the things that I'm going to invite you to do, and be ready to create an epic 2020. And I want you to also get a journal. So that journal, that journal is going to be your vision book. All right. So are you ready for today? Thank you, Karen. All right. So if you're ready for today, what I'm going to invite you to do today is start to think about, what do you desire? What do you want? So much of our life gets focused on how, because the moment we have a desire, our brain goes to, how am I going to do this? How is this going to happen? Is this going to be possible? And so I want you to drop the how, and I want you to focus on, what do you desire? Because the thing about creating whatever you want to create is to get very clear on what is it that you want. So for the next 5 days, maybe for the next 30 days, okay, experiment, start to play around with dropping the how and focusing on dreaming, focusing on creating a vision for your life, okay? Einstein, there's a quote by Einstein. He said, logic will get you from A to B, imagination will get you everywhere. I have my notes here just so that I keep track of all the things I want to talk about here. So logic will get you from A to B, and imagination is going to get you everywhere. Now, this is very key, isn't it? Without imagination, nothing can be created. You're watching this on your laptop or your phone. It came from someone's mind, right? This paper came from someone's mind. The earpods, this water bottle, everything came from someone's mind. It gets created twice, once in our mind, in our imagination, and the next is in physical reality. What we see is the minuscule thing of what is possible. So I want you to really start to expand. The things I'm going to share with you in the next 5 days, either is going to like blow your mind, or you're going to be like, yeah, I know this stuff, but I want you to really know it. There's something about knowing and something about really like feeling it in your DNA that's going to create the transformation. Okay. So how is this for you guys so far? Karen's saying, okay, about changing your mindset in 2020. So okay, yes, Karen is saying that 2020, she wanted to work on her mindset. Yes, mindset is the foundation. Thank you for saying that, Karen, because mindset is the foundation. This is why I'm starting with this today, because when you work with what you are, that's the foundation. And then from here we create. Mindset again gets a very different, mindset can mean so many different things, but I'm going to make it very simple for you guys. Okay. All right. So if you feel okay with it, share here. Why are you here? Why do you want to do this challenge? What drew you to doing this challenge? And as you write it down, I am going to just take a guess. And having worked with humans for the last 20 years, I can say for sure that you're here to expand your life, right? Like that, I can say for sure, that's why you're here. You want to create expansion. You want to create growth. You want more from life. I don't know exactly what you want, but I can tell for sure that you want more. You're done with mediocrity. You're done with playing small. You want more, which is one of the reasons that you probably got drawn to doing this 5-day challenge. And that's actually, it's called the law of growth. It's a law of wanting expansion. and this is a universal law. And so I first of all give you so much credit for wanting to do more. So many people are just complacent about what they have in life, saying I can't have it, it's not possible. So they kind of start to just be in that space. And you have decided that you want more, and so you're already a step ahead in creating what you want, even acknowledging that I want more. And that is amazing. So stay with that. And so much power to you for even wanting more. Okay, so as you sit with this, some of you know me really well and some of you don't. So just for the people who don't know me, my name is Padma. Of course, I don't have to introduce my name, but my name is Padma Ali, and I am a life and business coach. I'm a holistic life and business coach. What I bring in is the holistic elements of intention, of meditation, of hypnosis, of other modalities that are not generally talked about in the coaching world or in the therapy world. My background is in psychotherapy, so I was a psychotherapist for 20 years, and I do coaching primarily because I want to work with more people and not be restricted by my license. And what I basically do is help women, guide women to creating fulfilling relationships, creating a better life for themselves, creating a life that they desire and they deserve. And I do this through a process of self-discovery, because the more you understand yourself, the more you know what makes you tick and why you do the things you do, the more you can actually get more freedom in your system and create the things you want to create. So that is something that I just love doing, and I love teaching this stuff. And I'm bringing all of that into these next 5 days. So you're going to be in for a ride for the next 5 days. So if you have any specific questions, anything, please ask me, because the more it's interactive, the better and easier it is for me to like kind of share stuff with you guys. Okay. All right. So coming back to the challenge. Like I said, this week, I'm really going to challenge you. I'm really going to challenge you to look at your beliefs, look at everything that you've told yourself, the stories you've told yourself, and the reasons that you have played small. Okay, so there's a reason that you haven't allowed yourself to expand, and we're going to be looking at all that stuff. You know, it often breaks my heart because I can see beyond the limitations of the people I'm interacting with, but they don't know their true power and their true gift. And it always saddens me. I'm like, oh my God, like you have no idea what your full potential is. And if only you knew your full potential, you would be in a very different place. And so I want you to remember that piece, that you have more to what you are seeing about yourself and in the ways that you have held yourself small. So stay open to possibilities, okay? We have told ourselves so many BS stories about our lives and about ourselves, and it's time to drop that. And I want to bring in more awareness to those stories that you've told yourself, okay? So what can you expect from this challenge? So every day, I'm going to invite you to comment and comment with the prompts I give you at the end of the call. And I want you to put in the comments, share your experience, share your thoughts. If you don't want to go into details, that's okay, but participate, because when you participate, other people learn from you. And there's something about growing together that is very, very, very powerful. There's a lot of power in a collective energy. And this is also, I want to do a giveaway at the end of it, because I want to honor your participation. And so I'm giving away two of my favorite things. One is a book called Abundance. I'm going to give away that. And I'm also going to give away a $25 gift card from Amazon just for participating, because I want to honor you. And this is at the end of a whole decade, and we're starting a new one. How exciting is that, right? So are you excited? Hi, Melissa. I'm so happy you're here too. Oh, Karen, thank you. Karen says that this is why I'm so magical. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So today is all about mindset, beliefs, and stories. Mindset is a very broad word that may confuse somebody. Mindset is basically things that we've told ourselves, about the world. The moment we are born, everything that we learn from our environment, from our parents, is all just their beliefs and their parents' beliefs and their parents' beliefs, society's beliefs. So we don't know what really is the fact and what is a belief. Most of us don't know. The fact is, it's kind of gray outside. That's a fact. Oh, I'm feeling cold. That's subjective. I could feel cold. My husband barely feels cold, right? So that is not a fact. So I want you to start thinking about your entire life, like everything that's happening, as stories that you've told yourself or beliefs that have come. The beliefs that are hardest to work with are the beliefs that are unconscious, that we're not even conscious about, not even. Like, what's an unconscious belief? It'll come to me. I had an example, but I'll come back to that. So I want you to start becoming very aware of where are you holding yourself back. And this is something that's really going to be, and this is the foundation of what we're going to be talking about today. Okay, so I want you. I'm going to share something with you, and I want you to pay super good attention to it, and I also want you to write it down if you can. Our thoughts are very powerful, and our thoughts create our reality. This may be a foreign concept to you, or you might understand this intellectually, but our thoughts create reality. Our reality. We're electromagnetic beings. We are electrons and protons and neutrons, and that's just how we're made up of. This is physics. This is not, I'm not making this shit up. Sorry. Sometimes I swear. And what we think always comes back to us. And I don't want you to freak out saying, oh my God, I thought negative thoughts today and now my whole life is going to go upside down. No. I don't want you to do that. I'm going to share a few things with you that you don't have to freak out about these things. It's more about awareness of how we operate in the world, how we think, what we think about our lives, and how that impacts us. So this next piece, these two pieces are going to really be very, very, very helpful for you. Our thoughts create our reality, so be very mindful of what you're thinking at any given time. And the second piece is everything is a story. We tell ourselves so many stories in a day, and we are not even aware of it. So how do you know whether a story is good or bad? Just look at how you're feeling. If you feel really badly about something happened, then start to look at what is the story I'm telling myself about this. So, was it 2 years ago? 2 years ago, I backed out of the driveway and I hit somebody. Okay. And I was mortified. I mean, nothing happened and it was just like, barely, nothing happened. Nobody got injured, but the car got dented. And I was like, oh my God, this is horrendous. And then the story I spun in my head was, I'm not careful. What am I doing? This is not good. Like, I need to be more mindful about how I'm driving, right? And this is a story. This is not real. That's just a story I told myself. And then the next time I would back off, I'd be like, all freaked out about like making sure like I was double check 1,000 times. And there's nothing wrong in being careful as a driver, but it's really important about how is that driving the next time I do something. Another example I can give you is there was a client I was working with, and she made an investment in something, and that investment didn't work out. So it freaked her out. So next time she had to make an investment in something else, she was so terrified of making that investment because she was so scared of making a poor judgment, right? And so it's a story. The fact was she invested, it didn't work out, and that's it, right? The story was, I am not very careful with my money. I always do this. This is so me. Like, how can I do this? And now I've spent all this money, like all that stuff. Like, that is stories. So when a story doesn't make you feel good, it's time to drop it. Drop that story. Now, stories and your thoughts are very connected. Very connected. So start to pay attention to, how is this story serving me or not serving me? If it's not serving you, drop it. If it's serving you, keep it. So what are the stories? This is an important question for you guys. What are the stories that you have told yourself about your life, about your relationship, about money, about your health? And is it working for you? Very important, right? Like, start to write this down today. What are the stories you've told yourself about your life, your relationship, your health, your money, and is it working for you? And I used to do that too. I still do. I still fall into the trap, but I know how to pull myself out. And that's what I'm going to invite you all to do. And that's what I teach, how to pull yourself out of those stories. Because some of those stories are created because of really deep unconscious beliefs we have learned from our childhood, and a lot of it isn't even true anymore, but we still carry those beliefs on unconsciously, and a lot of this is going to be bringing them out into the consciousness so that you can release them. So today's instructions are going to be very, very simple for what you have to do, and I want you to take each area of your life and write down on a piece of paper. And if you want to share that, you absolutely can in the comments as well. What are your primary stories you have told yourself about your life? And I want you to write it down in a piece of paper, not in your journal today, not in your journal, because we're going to burn this thing down. And especially the stories that you've told yourself about that don't make you feel good. I'm always going to be broke. I make poor investments, or my health will never change. Be very honest with yourself. And again, you don't have to share those things in here, but I would love for you to at least get honest with yourself, write down on a piece of paper. And when you feel complete, like, put everything out, everything out. When you feel complete in a safe place, burn that thing down. I mean it figuratively, and I also mean it in real life. But before you do that, actually, I want to take a step back. I want you to take a step back, and what I want you to do is, once you write those things down, I actually want you to acknowledge those stories and let those stories know that they have served a purpose for you, right? They've brought you to where you are today. They no longer serve you, but they have actually helped you get to where you are. So, like, for example, one of my stories was, I have to work really, really hard to be successful. What is hard? What is successful? It's so subjective. So what did I do? I kept running myself to the ground. Didn't help. And but the story I told myself was, if I don't work hard, I am not going to be successful. But they were so subjective that I didn't know when to stop working hard and what really success meant, because success would keep going further and further and further away, right? Like, I could get to one milestone and then, like, no, I need another milestone, another milestone. So it was this ambiguous thing. But that hard work, that thing got me to where I am today. It no longer serves me, but it doesn't mean it's bad. I don't need to, like, literally burn that thing down, but I can acknowledge it and say, I thank you for bringing me to this place, and I'm releasing you. So whatever release means to you, maybe release means burning it. Maybe release means going and just tearing that paper and throwing it away. Maybe release means letting it be. Whatever that means, but you're basically saying, I am saying no to those stories, and I want to create a new one. And in the next few days, we're actually going to create a new story for your life. And I hope this makes sense. If this is helping you, if this makes sense, please share in the comments. I know there are some comments here. I'm going to come to them in a second. So just summarizing what we're doing today is looking at our mindset, our beliefs, our stories that we've told ourselves, and in a piece of paper, writing down the old stories that are no longer serving you, writing it down on each area of your life, your relationships, your money, your health, and anything else, any other area of your life that we haven't talked about, and putting it down on paper. And when you're ready, acknowledging it, saying thank you to it, and then letting it go, saying goodbye to it. So I'm just going to look at my notes to make sure that I have covered everything else. All right. So once you do that, I'm just going to look at the comments. Oh, Karen. Okay, Karen is sharing that she's told yourself, she's told herself that I'm unsuccessful, not working for me. Absolutely. The moment you figure out that something is not working for you, then it's time to let it go. And thank you, Melissa. All right, sounds good. So what I'm going to invite you to do once you're done with this, I want you to get your journal that we're going to be using, your vision book journal. I want you to get a brand new journal. A notebook will do, like anything, whatever you have in your house. It doesn't have to be this fancy journal. You can even use, I have this. This is my journal. So you can write that, bring that out once you're done with that exercise, and you're going to be using this journal for the entire 2020. And I'm going to walk you through how to create that. If you download the PDF on how to create your vision book, that will explain some of it, but this is what we're going to be using. And the next few days, I want you to get some crayons, some markers. We're going to be creating a vision book. We're going to be creating your story for the next year, for the next decade. So I'm so excited to do this. I think this is one of my favorite things to do, is to help people vision, like start to vision your life. Like you can do so much with it once you have a vision for what you're creating, because once you have an idea of where you're going, then it's so easy to walk that path. Otherwise we feel very stuck with where we are. And it's like a map, and you're in your journal, your 2020 vision book journal is going to be your map for that life that you want to create. Any questions for today? If and the reason I'm asking you to start dreaming is because when you dream, you can really manifest some amazing things. That's how I've done so much of my life, like in imagination. Remember the Einstein quote, right? Imagination, logic gets you from A to B, but imagination gets you everywhere. And that's what we want to focus on. Okay. So I love this, Karen. Karen is saying lots of fun, positive vision. Yes, lots of fun. I want you to have fun with this. Remember, like our thoughts create our reality. So the more fun you have with life, the more it's going to just bring all this stuff to you. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to look at some other comments here. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, thank you so much. If you have any other questions, write it down. I'll come back to this, and put your thoughts for today's homework in this thread so we can keep it in one place, and I can keep track of who's commenting. And if you have any other thoughts or questions, please put it in this thread. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for each of you. I hope this was helpful for you. And I know it's going to be helpful. I know that this is going to really be amazing for all of you. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I will talk to you tomorrow at 3 p.m.